We're going to get started here in a second. Happy Friday, everybody. I hate being the guy that says that, but I haven't been in the office in so long, so I never had to be the guy to say that in the last 2 years. Check, check. Looks like it's pretty good signal. Not perfect, but whatever. All right, let's ignore that countdown. Well, hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm Randy, and thank you for joining me on my live stream after hours. This live stream airs on Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Been doing this for, I think, a few weeks now. My first episode, according to my notes, was January 9th. Pretty awesome. Cool. And this episode is airing live Friday, January 28th, 2022. So announcements for today, what I'm going to talk about is Linux gaming news, Neil Young's music removed from Spotify, so some more Neil Young drama, Google backtracks on killing off free G Suite users, and Apple will scan your eyes to allow Face ID while masked. So let's get started. First, we have Valve. Now, if you don't know who Valve is, it's a gaming company. Steam, Valve is the company that has the platform Steam. I'm not going to explain the whole thing. You probably know if you have a computer in Steam. But anyways, they're going to confirm, or they have confirmed, that the Steam Deck shipment is going to happen by the end of February. And it's like the first wave of customers that signed up. They already are taking payments now, taking the remainder of their payments. And that's pretty cool. So, yeah, these are the first wave pre-order customers. And in a way, I was first a little hesitant on this Steam Deck idea. I kind of think of it as like another gatekeeper of something you own. And it's like I had to just take this one, just accept it. Because Steam, I think there's a balance because they're making the platform that is true freedom, Linux, kind of big in the gaming industry. It's like there's no real, you can game in Linux. There's some great games. There's, I don't know, that ice breaking game, whatever the heck it's called. It's like Bubble Bobble, but there's, Zero AD or whatever. There's some big games that are pretty awesome, actually, I think, on the Linux platform big. Now, I'm not talking, they're free. So, but this is awesome that there's actually gaming in Linux. This is big to a lot of Linux people. And I'm like a novice Scotia user, and I think that this is really good. It is a good thing. So it kind of opens up the possibilities of what Linux can do. I mean, there's Linux kernels out there that are running on Arch that can game better because they're low latency kernels, and it's but Linux, it runs lean generally, much leaner than operating systems like Windows and Apple that have maybe some spooky spyware or whatever the heck's going on in some of these processes. We don't know because it's not open source. But Linux is doing gaming now, and it's interesting to see what we get out of this. This could be many things good can come out of this. It's almost like how Google, they might do some things that are kind of crappy, but they do create a lot of good things for the web. They are like technologies that people use. So this is cool. I don't feel like I need one though, because I play with I play the Nintendo Switch. I have that. I bought that, and I play with that docked 100% of the time. Now, the Steam Deck, from what I understand, I think it's just like maybe almost like a Switch, but you can play any game on it. That's like on the Steam platform, which is a lot, and you can dock it just like a Switch, and then you can go play it, or you can take it up to your bedroom, play in bed, which that's really cool. But I don't play like that. I like to play on a screen. I like a mouse and keyboard. I don't like joysticks or controllers but a lot of gamers can play like that, and they can kick ass playing like that. So that's cool. I kind of want one just to have it, but I don't think I'd play it. So like, in my PlayStation, I just bought that. So it's like, and all the gaming I do on my PC is Steam, basically, so I can play it on my computer. So maybe we'll see. Maybe they'll have a second edition of it that's going to be super, more powerful, and, you can just play games straight 4K without any stuttering. I don't know how much capability this thing has. I got to see the reviews. So this is cool. So on to the next topic. We're going to talk about Neil Young again. On the last, like on Wednesday, we were just talking about him. I really believe that nobody wins in cancel culture. People want Joe Rogan canceled. Angry people, I guess. I mean, Spotify makes too much money off Joe Rogan. I've been reading about it, and it's crazy. They make a lot of money. I mean, the contract for him is $100 million. They know they're going to get their money's worth on him, and they make a lot of money off Joe Rogan. A lot of people apparently listen to that, and other artists will allegedly follow Neil Young. They're going to follow his protest of Joe Rogan's content on Spotify by demanding their music be taken down. Doesn't seem very smart to me. I mean, to me, it doesn't. I would just let it go, kind of thing. But people can't. They can't shut up. They think they're too important. They really think their opinion matters more than it does, in my opinion. And I would be really surprised if Spotify did anything. I mean, if they do, it's not going to help them. But I mean, it's really weird to me. But whatever. So Spotify takes down Neil Young's music after his Joe Rogan ultimatum. And, I'll just pull up the page. I got to get better at doing this during the show, just pulling it up. But this is where I'm getting it from, the Wall Street Journal, which I think is owned by Amazon, whatever. But, it's interesting to me. I don't know. Just like all the way it sounds, the media's making it sound like is that they said, okay, we're taking it down. I think he just wanted his music off there. I mean, in Neil Young's defense, I don't think it was like, okay, it's you or Joe Rogan. Here you go, you son of a bitch. And they pulled his music off. It wasn't like that, I don't think. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I'm reading two different sides. So I just took this article from the Wall Street Journal. It's mainstream, I guess. And I don't know. I don't know the whole story for sure. It's like, did it get pulled down? Or did he just say, just take it off? Just take my music off there. I don't care about it. I sold enough records. I got money. I'm good, But, I mean, I'm sure Spotify's paying him pennies like they do to other artists. But Neil Young's music being removed from Spotify. Okay, let's go to the next one. Google backtracks a little on the killing of free legacy G Suite accounts. A lot of this episode is just follow-up on what I covered the last episode. And originally, G Suite users, these are like the Google apps that you have in the cloud, G Suite. There's a free version of it that existed many, many years ago, over 10 years ago, I think. And you could, at the time, assign your domain name to it and then receive emails at yourdomainname.com, but have a Gmail inbox, which was really cool. That was awesome. It was killer. And Gmail back then had the best spam protection anywhere. Like, nobody had better spam protection than Gmail, if you can think back. I had one of the first Gmail accounts back in, 2004, whenever. I mean, I have my name as a Gmail account. That's proof. It's randyhanley@gmail.com. Randall Hanley. I got those. Those are all mine. And Gmail was the best by far. And I don't think it is anymore, but especially that they scan your inbox and try to sell you shit. But hey, that's why it's free, right? But you could pay. But there are users that didn't pay, and Google basically said, hey, heads up, we're going to cut your account if you don't pay us money. And then apparently people were pissed. Go figure. Hey, I'm free. I want to live in my mom's basement forever. So they were mad and they yelled. And I guess I'm assuming that's what happened. And Google had no idea, apparently, according to Ars Technica, how many people this would affect. I don't think that would be true, but I mean, it's maybe sarcasm from Ars Technica. But and also, I need to stop sourcing from this site. They have some good posts, but I'm sourcing everything from these guys. But yeah, I think they're gonna keep some of those legacy users. I don't know about all of them, but they might be able to keep their free accounts. It just seems like, let them have a certain amount of space, and then if they want to add space, charge them money. Let them keep their free account. And then at some point, time is going to fill up that space, so they're going to have to buy something. You can't keep giving them upgrades for free. But if they keep their accounts, let time make it obsolete. Just let it expire, or till they feel inclined on their own to upgrade. Because nobody else could sign up since whenever they turned it off, 2012. I think they turned off the free accounts back then, so no new accounts could happen. Google, you got the money. Just let it go, right? So Apple will scan your eyes to allow Face ID while masked. Now, this is currently in beta. It's not on your version of iOS unless you signed up for the beta and you're a developer and you got the email and you are really that eager to upgrade and test out a buggy piece of software. But it will allow Face ID to be used without a mask and without the Apple Watch. You opt into this. It doesn't just like pick up and say, hey, I got your eyes, bitch. It just, you look at it and you can turn on an option to say, scan my eyes with a mask or something like that. According to Apple, it can recognize the unique features around the eyes, like crow's feet and bags. And as of now, this new Face ID capability will only work with the iPhone 12 and 13. I don't know why. They didn't say why, but it sounds like they will roll it up to maybe like the 11, because they do have those AR features on these newer front-facing cams, but the iPhone 12 and 13 have much more powerful processors, and I'm guessing the AR, the IR capabilities or whatever these phones have. And I don't know if it's just the Pro, but some of them have that feature that they were going to integrate with Maps. I can't remember that far enough, but they were talking about it. But it's it's interesting. It's cool that you don't have to opt into it, but it's a little creepy still. It's like, okay, we're 2 years into the pandemic, and now we're gonna get the eye. Seems like that could have been done a while ago, but I mean, when you're well over $1 trillion company, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but whatever. So not in the notes. Oh, and here's the page link that I was going to show you. See, I told you I suck at that. So not in the notes is just what I paste a link to and don't have any record or reading of, but or notes on. But Ars Technica again, you guys. Quit making me read your site. Quit. So Microsoft fends off a record-breaking 3.4 terabits per second. And I see articles or people saying terabytes per second, or I've heard people say it that way. I think a lowercase b is a bit because 8 bits are in a byte, or 8 bits in a byte, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Terabits per second. Microsoft fends off a record-breaking 3.47 terabits per second DDoS attack. While a crude brute force attack, DDoSes are growing ever more potent. I mean, it's been happening for a long time. I don't know, at least 10 years. Xbox, it used to happen to. And I remember Xbox would be offline for like 2 days. It's like some clan of nerds took down a server and they're like, we, our botnet or whatever, we took it down, and what do you get out of it? I don't know. Maybe they got paid off to hurt Microsoft's reputation by taking down a server. I don't know. Basically, people are just, in simple terms, I guess, just making requests to a server super fast, like contacting it, but multiple places where it's just tons of data being sent and it just can't respond to all those requests and it just friggin' crashes. It's stupid. I mean, it's like, it helps nobody. Except me. I did it. Just kidding. I want to go to jail. I did not do that. But as internet attacks go, it says data floods are designed to knock servers offline, are among the crudest, akin to a brutish caveman wielding a club to clobber his rival. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. And people that do that are losers, in my opinion. But so that happened. But Microsoft fended it off. It's like, holy cow, they got a lot of power, man. Microsoft has a lot of servers. I wonder if Google could take that much of a hit. That's crazy. Dozens of states side with Epic in Apple App Store appeal. This is great. I mean, Apple's kind of shitty with their App Store policies, in my opinion. I mean, compared to Google, like, you can return an app, and Apple, you have to open up a support session and say why you downloaded it, and like, I'm an idiot and I need my money back. I've tried to open a case with Apple. You got to like go to like your purchased, and it sucks. But anyways, that's kind of a side note, but states are siding with Epic Games as the developer appeals a lower court ruling in its antitrust lawsuit against Apple over App Store fees and payment processing. The attorneys general for 34 states, and the District of Columbia have filed an amicus brief on behalf of Epic, and because law terms always have to sound stupid, but that's how they've been forever. Utah led the brief, claiming that Apple's conduct has harmed and is harming mobile app developers and millions of citizens. I mean, this is cool. I mean, make them talk. Apple's too pricey, I think. I mean, they are. Epic sued Apple in 2020, alleging anti-competitive behavior. Apple pulled Fortnite from the App Store after they pulled the Fortnite, which people love. I don't play it, but they pulled it from the App Store. Like, here you go. How do you like that? You see? And they took it away. In September, U.S. Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers ruled in favor of Epic's claim that Apple violated California's unfair competition law and granted a permanent injunction that forced Apple to let developers use external websites to take payment for in-app purchases. That would allow Epic and other developers to sidestep App Store fees of up to 30% in such purchases. I don't see a problem with that. Whatever. So anyways, you can read it all. I'll post the link. That's all I did, was post the link and read some of it to you. This one I could have wrote some notes on, but this is to follow up on, I think I talked about this the very last episode or maybe the one before it, but the ID.me, super creepy scanning your face thing from the IRS. Well, the CEO backtracks on claims company doesn't use powerful face recognition tech. And that was kind of what I got at or alluded to in that last article, is that he backtracked. But this article is from the 26th, so it might have been just after, maybe they were, diving into it a little bit more in this article. But our one-to-one face match is comparable to taking a selfie to unlock a smartphone. ID.me does not use one-to-many facial recognition, which is more complex and problematic. Yeah, like if the government got a hold of it, like on a street camera or something, and other countries that do that right now. I don't know. But privacy advocates say that both versions of facial recognition pose a threat to consumers. In addition to numerous studies demonstrating the technology is less accurate on non-whites' skin tones, amassing biometric data can prove a huge security risk. Sounds like bullshit to me, but we'll see what comes of this. But we avoid disclosing methods to use to stop identity theft. We use to stop identity theft and organized crimes as it jeopardizes their effectiveness, Hall writes. So he pointed to a recent indictment of a New Jersey man last week by the FBI after the man bypassed ID.me's verification system and stole nearly $1 million in unemployment benefits. Didn't I say something about like their systems? we could trust the security on this where your face is stored. I was joking about that. It's like, I mean, people are going to screw stuff up. That's I don't know, man. This is messed up. This is all sick to me that this stuff is not happening. But whatever. Maybe we should just stick with the old-fashioned way. I mean, I like going to just going to the Secretary of State forever and waiting in line, I guess maybe that's the best way to do things. It's this stuff is just, I don't know, this ID.me. If things get outsourced to somebody else that can screw it up, whatever. Okay, Google's killing off Flock. This is, I don't know if I talked about it here or just on the podcast, but I have talked about Flock before, and there's been a lot of privacy concerns with it, even though it's supposed to make this be a great sell from Google. But Google kills it off, apparently, and replaces it with Topics. And it's called the Federated Learning of Cohorts, Google's controversial project for replacing cookies with milk for interest-based advertising by instead grouping users into groups of users. Into groups of users with comparable interests is dead. In its place, Google today announced a new proposal, Topics. Wasn't there a Google Topics or one of those betas that they killed off like they do every year? Was there already a Google Topics? But it's on GitHub, which sounds cool. But the idea here is that your browser will learn about your interests as you move around the web. Kind of like Facebook Pixel? That's kind of tracking you everywhere in the embedded code of a website that uses Facebook ads? Or no? Is that not how it works? I'm a little skeptical already. To figure out your interests, Google categorizes the sites you visit based on one of these 300 topics. For sites that it hasn't categorized before, I can't trust these bastards. There's something going on with them. I don't know. This is weird. We'll hear more about it. Somebody's going to find out what they're doing and what dirty way it benefits them. Clearly, they make billions of dollars. I mean, they do good things. They invest in telephone infrastructure in India. I mean, they do great things. Google does, no doubt. Wi-Fi systems for those countries. I mean, that's cool. But then you got to do cool things to keep moving forward. But then you can do your dirty plan on the side. I don't know, man. I don't trust these guys. But whatever. So thanks for taking the time to tune into my live stream after hours. If you're watching this as a recorded episode, thank you for listening as well. And be sure to join me at the same time every Wednesday and Friday from 8 p.m. till whenever I feel like stopping, Eastern Standard Time. Thank you and take care.